excited to be filming my first tag for BookTube. I'm gonna get it started with the mid-year freak out tag for 2020. I have, like most people I see on Twitter and BookTube, have not had the greatest reading year so far. I've only read about 17 books right now, which is a little nuts because I think the year before I was more at like 30 or so, trying to hit that 100 for the year. This year I don't really have that hope. Maybe I can get to 50, 60. We'll see how, the next few months go. The best book I've read so far in 2020. Now, okay guys, remember to take this with a grain of salt because I've only read 17 books so far this year. But I just finished it and I really, really loved it. It is Rose Water by Tade Thompson. So this book is about Caro, who is a sensitive in Lagos, Nigeria. Not just in Lagos, but near Lagos, Nigeria, and lives in this town called Rosewater. Now, this town has been invaded by an alien that is in a huge dome, and everyone from across the world comes to visit it because it has healing properties. Once a year, every year on opening day, people in the vicinity are healed from tuberculosis, HIV, paralysis, any ailment that's happening in their body. In Cairo, the protagonist of the story is a government agent for S45, which is a secret part of the government in Nigeria that investigates the paranormal. I really, really love this book. It has a lot of action, intrigue, twists, weird alien technology, and the Xenosphere, which is a place where sensitives like Cairo can detect people's thoughts and also represent themselves in different forms. Cairo is a gyrophone avatar that has the lion as a head and eagle as a body. I don't know how you pronounce that, but gyrophone is the best I can do right now. So yeah, best book I've read, recommends to everyone. It is a trilogy and I will be continuing on this year to finish it up. Question 2. The best sequel I've read this year has been Waking Gods. Waking Gods is a sequel to Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. It's a sci-fi book, and the second book is really, really great because you find out more about these aliens that have deposited a giant robot on the earth and what they're after and how to deal with them. It is a lot darker because there is more death, there is more desperation, there is ways that aliens are able to recreate people. It's really good. And a lot of questions about morality and what it means to be human. I'm really enjoying the series. I'm excited to read the final book in series, Only Human, next month. Question 3, a new release that you want to get to. So this is Good Luck Girls, The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. This is Westworld meets Handmaid's Tale according to the synopsis, and it's about a group of girls who are marked and given to a welcome house as children and trapped into a lifestyle that they have not chose. Clementine is the protagonist of the story, and a group bands together after she accidentally murders someone. I haven't heard a lot of hype for this. I've had this arc for a couple months now and I really want to get to it. I haven't read a lot of futuristic Western stories by Black authors, and so I'm really looking forward to this one. Number 4. So my most anticipated release for the second half of 2020 is Transcending Kingdom by Gyasi. I suck with pronunciations, but I really, really loved Homecoming by Gyasi, which came out a few years ago. and it's amazing. It's intergenerational. It has magical realism. It incorporates African folklore, and it talks about a family from pre-slavery trading days on their own continent all the way to modern United States. It's really awesome. That's why I'm really excited for her second book, and I will definitely be picking it up. I actually don't know that much about it. I know it's another contemporary fiction book, and so like I said, anything she writes, I'm on it. Number 5, my biggest disappointment this year has been The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I am a huge Handmaid's Tale fan. I love the show. I've read the book multiple times in my life, but the sequel to it has not met up to anything I was expecting. It was a bunch of boring exposition about, a future of this horrible society continuing, and a lot of Aunt Lydia, and I got through at least 200 pages and I had to just throw it down because it was not as interesting or compelling as anything else I have read. Number 6, what is the biggest book that has surprised me so far this year? It is Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. This is a book that I listened to. I thought, I picked up on a whim. It's a contemporary, but it has magical realism elements in it. It's about this woman who goes to take care of her childhood friends' stepchildren who spontaneously catch on fire. Yes, they catch on fire. Now, that is not something that is ever thoroughly explained exactly how or why, the mechanics of it. It's just kind of accepted in the story. So it's good. It has a lot of humor, and I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but if you're looking for a contemporary with some weird elements, definitely check out Nothing to See Here. Stephen Graham Jones is a new to me author who wrote Mapping the Interior. It is a tiny book, but really good. It's about a guy. It's not about a guy. It's about a child whose father passes away, and his ghost is haunting his house. It has a lot of magical realism elements. It's about a Native American family and all of the turmoil and horror that can go along with being Native American in modern society. And so it's really good. I wasn't expecting much when I picked it up, but I loved it, and I'm excited to keep reading from this author as well. Number 8. So what is my new fictional crush from this year? I don't really get crushes on fictional characters. That's not something I do when I end up reading, so I don't really have any fictional crushes to share with you guys. What is my new favorite character? So Aminat. Again, this is probably not the pronunciation, but she is Carl's girlfriend in Rosewater. She's bomb. She's has a lot of mystery to her. She's a seductress. She's independent. And I am really excited to see more of her in the sequels to Rosewater because her badassness, I can tell, is going to continue to grow. Number 10, books that made you cry. Book that made you cry. In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Macchiato, who I really, really, really love as an author, wrote a memoir about her lesbian abusive relationship. So I went into this really blind on the type of style that this would be, but it's really different than any other memoir I've read. It's a bunch of vignettes about their relationship, along with exposition about lesbian literature and how abuse has been depicted in literature in the past, along with accurate historical snapshots. It's really, really good, really riveting, and although there is not physical abuse in the book, the verbal and emotional abuse I think is really important to address, especially in queer LGBT relationships, because that type of abuse is often underreported. And so Made me cry, has some really touching scenes and really great writing. I would recommend this author to absolutely everyone. She is awesome. Books that make me happy. So Sleeping Giants, which I feel like I keep talking about, is the first book in the Themis Files series. I just want to thank that book for getting me out of my reading slump and getting me back to doing what I love, which is reading, even though it's been really hard this year. So I would say this year that book has made me really happy, and I'm excited to continue on reading now that I'm out of my slump. Number 12, the most beautiful book that I have received. So this is Raybearer, a book by Jordan Ifuko. It is about main character Terasai, who goes to compete with other children to be chosen for the Crown Prince's Council of 11. I have heard a lot of hype of how good of a fantasy this is, and the cover is gorgeous. The cover is gorgeous. It has a whole lot of shiny parts on it and this beautiful black girl in the center. I am really excited to get to it. It was supposed to come out in April, but because of the pandemic, the release date got pushed back, and it's now coming out in July, I believe. Question 13. So books that I have to get to before the end of the year. Both of these are parts of series, and I have had trouble in the past with finishing series, but this year I'm really excited to get back on board and finish the series that I've started. This is a arc, which is kind of embarrassing, of the 4th book in the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. It is called Iron Gold, and if you've read the Red Rising series, you'll know how old this is. This came out in January 2018, and I've been holding on to it because I do want to finish the series, and I read the first 3 books, but I'm unsure how it continues because the 3rd book wrapped up as if it wasn't going to be a 4th book, and now there's like a companion series out for this Red Rising, and so I feel a little overwhelmed with how far I am behind, but I want to read it. It's a beautiful arc, and I gotta get to it. The Toll by Neil Shuterman. I don't know why I just said it like that, but this is the 3rd book in the Scythe series, about, you know, a world of immortality where they deal with population control with scythes who have to cull the population and have different methods of doing that. First 2 books were excelente. I love them. And now this is the 3rd, but it's kind of huge. I think it's over 800 pages, and so I get intimidated when I see books that like I can't keep open that well, but I'm gonna get to it. It's young adult. If you're looking for a young adult dystopian sci-fi series, which I love to read, definitely check this out, guys. So yeah, that is the mid-year freak out tag for 2020. Let me know if there's any books that you're anticipating for 2020 by people of color, or that you're just really excited about. I'm always looking to add to my TBR, even though it's really long. Y'all know how that goes. Y'all readers out there. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.